Hello guys, welcome to a video here on my channel on YouTube guys. I want to go through the NBA draft process. I want to have a look at all 31st round picks. Look at their stats, look at what they went through, look at where they were picked, look at their future team fit with their new team, and just give out my opinion, guys. So yes, I'm not a huge draft expert. I don't know too much about those players, but since there are also some international players on the board, yeah, I have a little bit of knowledge, and I just want to give out my opinion. Just go through the draft player by player, and yeah, guys, just stay with me. Let me know what you think, and yeah, definitely going to make some content here about the draft. Also going to make a video about the winners and losers, and also some unsigned player yet, undrafted player yet, which I think could make a nice career out of themselves. And yeah, let's jump right into the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel, man. It's very much appreciated, and maybe you can also leave a like and write me a comment, man. That would be so much appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Alright, guys, with the first pick, of course, the Dallas Mavericks drafted Cooper Flag out of Duke, small forward, power forward. You know, it's going to be very interesting, his fit with the Mavs. I mean, Kyrie, AD, Klay Thompson, you know, even those big men, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively. So they have a lot of size. It's going to be very interesting. I think we could even see sometimes Cooper Flag starting at the 2. Of course, it was the consensus number 1 pick, so let's not talk too much about it. Just very happy for the Mavs that Nico Harrison did not do the same mistake again and just went for the best player available. So he had 19 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists per game, 1.5 blocks and 1.5 steals. So yeah, all around package. I'm not sure if he's going to be a generational talent like most of the people say, but he is the obvious number 1 pick. The size is there, he has not many injuries, and yet Mavericks just got very lucky. So happy for them, a grade A+. I mean, yeah. So at number 2, of course, the San Antonio Spurs took Dylan Harper. So this was something a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a huge trade. Maybe they find a way to bring in Giannis Antetokounmpo and send out that number 2 pick and Dylan Harper so that the Bucks could really go for a rebuild. But the Spurs decided differently, and it's going to be interesting in how they're going to make their minutes work at the guard position with Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and Devin Vassell, and I'm forgetting somebody, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper, of course. So it's going to be very interesting. One man has to come off the bench. It's definitely not going to be De'Aaron Fox. You can't do it to Stephon Castle after winning Rookie of the Year. So Dylan Harper, for himself, it's not the best situation, but for the Spurs it is. Yeah, I don't know. I would have loved them to make a superstar trade like for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So yeah, I don't know, man. I would give them just a B. I mean, he is definitely the second best player in this year's draft. 19 points, almost 5 rebounds, 4 assists, have a block, and 1.4 steals per game. So great numbers. Obviously number 2 guy, very happy to see him in the league. Like I said, I wish he would have gone to Milwaukee and Giannis to the Spurs, but it is what it is. Yeah, just still a very good pick. At 3 we have another winner of the draft, of course the Philadelphia 76ers. They got very lucky to get the number 3 pick. Their odds were not good at all. So they decided to take VJ Edgecomb. For me personally, it was a little bit of a surprise. I thought Ace Bailey definitely goes there. But you know, VJ Edgecomb, good scorer, a little bit older, almost 20 years of age, 15 points, almost 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals per game. So out of Baylor. Good for the 76ers. They need some scoring, that's what he delivers. And you know, their small forward position, shooting guard position, I think I see him more as a 2 than as a 3. Yeah, going to be exciting, man. Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, Paul George still there, probably VJ Edgecomb. So their roster is very good, and hopefully PJ can get some better year than last year. And then the 76ers, they could compete for one more year, which is absolutely crazy to say. I forgot Jared McCain, of course, also there. So they have a very interesting roster all of a sudden. And a lot of that happened through the draft. And I just hope that they stay patient. Maybe they find a trade for Paul George, but I doubt it. So yeah, good for them, man. Very happy. I think it's better for them not to take Ace Bailey, because what you have heard, that his personality is not so easy, and that's the last thing you need in Philadelphia, right? So VJ Edgecomb to the 76ers, for me, you get another B plus. Yes, a B plus. So next player up is of course Con Knippel, who is going to the Charlotte Hornets, which for me personally it came as a bit of a surprise, because I definitely had Ace Bailey before him, even a Trey Johnson, Kaman Maluak, somebody I'm very high on. So yeah, the Charlotte Hornets doing Charlotte Hornet things, man. I have heard a lot of YouTubers, NBA YouTubers, who are very high on Con Knippel. I'm not that high, to be honest. I know he's a good shooter, small forward shooting guard, a little bit older, 20 years of age as well, 14.5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal per game. Of course, a very close friend and teammate and roommate and teammate from Cooper Flag. So Cooper was very happy. He had a live reaction. He was just being interviewed when Con Knippel was called on his name. So I'm very happy for him. The fit in Charlotte, I think for him personally, it's good because yeah, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, they just will build around him with those two guys. And yeah, he should get a lot of minutes if they play their card right. For the Charlotte Hornets, like I said, I'm not convinced that he's the best pick at this position. I mean, number 4 pick, I don't think he's in that. Of course, we have tier 1 Cooper Flag, tier 2 we have like Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecomb, Ace Bailey, and yeah, man, like I said, Ace Bailey is in tier 1, and then Con Knippel for me is in the next tier. So yeah, man, not too happy about it. I know he's a good shooter. That's what all he's been doing in his whole life: shoot, and he's good at it. But yes, man, I think in long term they will regret it. So I'm not a huge fan of it. I just give it a C plus. Let me know what you guys think. And maybe I'm even too nice here. Let me know what you guys think. So yes, man, finally we get the chance to talk about Ace Bailey, somebody who has been talked a lot about it before the draft. And yeah, there are some character questions. He really wanted to go to the Washington Wizards, and so yeah, I'm not too mad somewhat that the Charlotte Hornets did not take him, but just from a player perspective, I definitely think Ace Bailey has more potential than Con Knippel. Out of Rutgers, of course, a teammate from Dylan Harper. He's 19 years of age, so a little bit younger. Almost 18.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.5 block, and 1 steal in his college season. And like I said, I think the potential is very high on him. So I'm not mad at the Utah Jazz at all to pick him there. Just do what is right? High potential, like you just take the best potential player here, especially if you're the Utah Jazz, a rebuilding team already. So very happy for the Jazz, straight A for me. And for Ace Bailey, yes, man, the Jazz, I hope he's not going to come in and say, I'm here, you the superstar, you have to build around me. So yeah, there's some personality questions, but for Ace Bailey going to Utah, maybe it calms him down. Everything is a little bit more quiet in Utah. So yeah, man, it's probably a win-win situation. So I give the Utah Jazz an A and Ace Bailey an A. At 6, the Washington Wizards draft Trey Johnson out of Texas. Young player, 19 years of age, 20.3 rebounds, 3 assists, and almost a steal per game. Yes, he's just a baller, man. He's just a shooter. I think that's exactly what the Washington Wizards need. They have Bilal, they have Mr. Sarr there, and yeah, just some defensive players. And now you bring in Trey Johnson, who is a bucket getter, so I love it. Exactly the player I want to go to Washington, so very, very happy with that. For Washington, I give it a straight A. For Trey Johnson, the same, like an A. I love it. And yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So at number 7, the New Orleans Pelicans decided to choose Jeremiah Fears, the point guard out of Oklahoma. 18 years of age, so very young raw prospect. Of course, the body, the size is not really there, so that's going to be interesting. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, have 1.5 steals per game. Like I said, my biggest issue with him is just the body. I just don't really see him succeed in the NBA in long term because, yeah, man, you can't teach height, and that's what you need, man. He's only 6'3", so yeah. I had other point guards before him, like Kasparas Yakuncionis, maybe even like a Nolan Traore, the potential there. But yeah, man, that was definitely a shocker. Don't love it for the Pelicans. What are they doing? They just brought in Jordan Poole, and they still have DeJounte Murray, Jordan Hawkins still sitting there, the guard position. They have so many guards, and I have no idea what they're building. They should have taken Kaman Maluak. That's exactly the player they needed. The whole process, I was always hoping that he goes to the New Orleans Pelicans because that's exactly what they need. So yeah, I don't know what they're building there. The bad front office in my opinion. Don't like it at all. Don't like it for the player, don't like it for the team, for the organization. Yes, I love his skills, but yeah, it's too high, man. It's just too high. So I give it for the Pelicans a D because for me they just failed. And for Jeremiah Fears, I also don't see it, man. I'm sorry. Give it probably as well a D. Just don't love it, man. Alright, at 8 we have the Brooklyn Nets with another player I'm not happy with, Igor Damin, the point guard, shooting guard out of BYU, if I can speak correctly. His numbers are 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and yeah, just can't shoot the ball. So I don't know why the Brooklyn Nets did this, man. There are still so many better players. Kasparas Yakuncionis, Kaman Maluak, I like them all more. Even a Carter Bryant, you can talk me into it. But Igor Damin to the Brooklyn Nets, I don't like it at all, especially knowing what they did afterwards in the trade, which we are going to talk about in a different video. I just want to make the lottery here and then the other picks in a different video. But yeah, man, not happy at all with what they are doing there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Terrible. Like, I see the potential there, but just what is the front office doing, man? The Pelicans and the Brooklyn Nets, man, the worst decision makers in this draft. I'm not happy at all with them. So yeah, again, man, I give it like a C+ for the Brooklyn Nets, because I do see the potential, but that's exactly not the player they needed. For Igor Damin, it's bad, man, because you have so much competition, right, at your position. So don't like it, man. I give it a D. At 9, we have another surprise, in my opinion. The Toronto Raptors select Colin Murray Biles, the power forward out of South Carolina. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals. So his numbers are very good. A little bit older, 20 years of age. And yeah, for me, a surprise. You know, I do like it more than, of course, the Igor Damin pick, for sure, and the Jeremiah Fears. But, you know, I think of him like a player which is going to be very good the sophomore year, kind of like what's the guy from Miami, Jaime Jaquez, you know, very good rookie year, because the body is there, the mentality is there, a little bit older, so you're a little bit ahead of your other draft mates, but in the long term, I just don't see more than a rotational player for him. Because the size also, they're 6'7". What is that? Like, it's just not the best size for a power forward in my opinion. But we will see, man. For the Toronto Raptors, yeah, man, I don't know. Carter Bryant would have been better in my opinion. So I give it like a C- for Colin Murray Biles. It's nice to be picked that early. Like, I had him much higher on my draft board, like later on the board. I would give him maybe, I don't know, man. It's tough to say, like a C. So next team up at the 10th pick, the Phoenix Suns got that pick from the Houston Rockets in the KD trade, and they actually selected one of my favorite players, a player I'm very high on in this draft. I'm not sure why exactly I'm that high, but the 7'2" center out of Duke, Kaman Maluak, very young player, almost. He's just getting 19 years old. In a couple of months, and you know, like, he just started playing basketball with around 13-14 years of age, and he made it to the NBA within 4 or 5 years, so amazing for him. 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, a game in Duke. And like I said, very happy for the Phoenix Suns now as well. Last year they had like their center position, man, Mason Plumlee, not Miles Plumlee, Mason Plumlee and Yusuf Nurkic, man. Now you're going to Mark Williams and Kaman Maluak. Like, that's a W. Phoenix Suns, for me, is definitely a winner in this draft. Very happy to what they did. And yeah, man, this is the, like, I don't know what they're going to do with Jalen Green, but just from the draft perspective, love it, man. Absolutely love it. Give it a straight A for all parties involved in this one. For the player, for the team, for the organization, for the fans, very good. So with the 11th pick, the Memphis Grizzlies selected Cedric Howard. Originally that pick was belonged to the Trailblazers, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he ends up playing for the Grizzlies now. If we look at his numbers, 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. So very good numbers. Yeah, good player. A little bit older, 22 years, almost hitting 22 years, but who knows what the Memphis Grizzlies are building. But the fit should be nice with Jaden Wells and Ja Morant and Triple J. So I see a potential. Zach Edey also there. So yeah, it fits the roster, and let's just hope the best. Man, at 11, it's a very interesting position. But I'm not mad at it. I like it. Out of Washington, fits the timeline. Yeah. No, not much risk, so really like it. Give it. It's for me. It's just a B. It's good, man. There's still some interesting players like Chase Richardson or Kasparas, Derek Queen, maybe as a Newell, but you know they could have done worse in my opinion. Like there's other teams which I'm more upset with than the Grizzlies, so a B is a fair grade for me. So with the 11th pick, no, with the 12th pick, I'm sorry, the Chicago Bulls select my guy out of Germany from Ratio Farm Ulm, Noah Esenge. Yeah, guys, like that was a shocker for me that he goes that early, to be honest. I'm not too mad at him that he skipped an important game to go to the NBA draft, because that's just once in a lifetime opportunity and you have to take advantage of it. And I understand that you want to be there. It says a little bit about your characteristics. Like, he's still under contract in Germany, so maybe they should have made him stay there. Yeah, he did lead this. Oh no, he didn't lead it, but he was in the finals here in Germany. So yeah, still very young, 6'9", 200 pounds. 18 years of age, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, and almost half a block a game. So the numbers are there. I'm just not sure how much I like the fit with Chicago, because where are they going to, man? They just got Isaac Okoro. Are they going to move on from him? Are they going to use both those players? What is up with Patrick Williams? You have to play him. You're giving him a lot of money. So the fit is not perfect. I also don't really like the position that he was drafted. I had him go a little bit later. I see some potential, but I also think he's kind of weak and his body is not ready. I don't know. And yeah, it just doesn't make too much sense for either party in my opinion. So not a big fan of this one. I would give it a C+. Yeah. So at number 13, the Hawks did a fantastic decision. They traded Derek Queen out of Maryland to the Pelicans, New Orleans Pelicans, and they hoped that they found their future starting center next to Yves Missi, of course. So 6'10", 250 pounds, a little bit older, 20 years, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. The numbers look good, but yeah, just with the trade that they did, it was so unnecessary. Like the Pelicans, I don't know, man, they're just another loser in my opinion from this draft. I don't know, the fit is there, like they needed a center, so I'm not too mad at it. But like I said, I should have taken Maluak over Queen. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, man. Like, let's just give it a C. And for the Pelicans, I would even give it an F, because they didn't have to do that. Then you have to trade a future pick just to get Derek Queen. So the Pelicans, for me, they get an F. Derek Queen on the other side, it's nice for him. He could have ended up in worse situations. So I give him like a B plus because I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. So at 14, the San Antonio Spurs selected Carter Bryant out of Arizona. Very good year, good shooter, 19 years of age. Good defense, especially. Really like the fit. Number 14 is fair for him, in my opinion. Yeah, a player. A lot of people were very high on him, but you know, the San Antonio Spurs, they are in a very comfortable position. They don't have to give him a lot of minutes, but yeah, if he's really working his butt off, he can get a lot of minutes because they need some shooting, they need some athleticism, and in my opinion, that's what he can bring to the team. So for Carter Bryant, I would give it a B. Next team up is, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the champion. They drafted Thomas Sauber out of Georgetown, 6'10", 260 pounds, 19 years of age, 15 points, 8.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2 blocks, 1.5 steals. And yeah, man, they just had to make a trade with the Washington Wizards and send out Dylan Jones so that they can Colby Jones they got back, and then they were able to release him so that they actually can sign Thomas Sauber. I don't know too much about him, I've not watched him too much, but you know, OKC Thunder, you just gotta trust them, man. It's going to be interesting if he's going to see a lot of minutes, because I'm still very high on Jalen Williams, like the center Williams. I hope he gets more playing time, and if not, that he goes for a trade, because yeah, I just see a lot of potential in him. So it's interesting. I think he definitely has to play some summer league for sure, and then some G League. Yeah. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I put a lot of work into this one, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it, man. And if you did, so leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to go through the other picks in a different video. I don't want to make the video too long, but yeah, I love you guys. See you at the next one.